yin and yang, male and female, strong and weak, rigid and tender, heaven and earth, light and darkness, thunder and lightning, cold and warmth, good and evil. The interplay of opposite principles constitute the universe. Confucius. Perhaps the most appropriate question for a beginner in the field of actual Onmyoudo would be, what is Onmyoudo? On basically means vibration, as in sound, the building material of all things. On is the Japanese word for the well-known Om in Sanskrit. It is also the relationship of the patterns in such things as the stars, seasons, and nature. Myo, magic is the understanding of turning ideas into reality. Do means way, path, science. Onmyoudo is a spiritual path that incorporates many practices into a way of finding personal balance and applying it to one's world. As Onmyouji, the Beyond World wants us to connect people so that they know that the spirit world exists. Without such knowledge that we have given them proof, and that we as mediums can talk to spirits, see them and describe them, or give accurate predictions as an oracle so that they know that what we are saying is true and real, since they experience those events, then so-called prophets and gurus are proving nothing about the spirit world to anyone. They are just talking about things that have already been written up as far as others are concerned. That is what Onmyouji was supposed to be doing. That was our job and role here, to allow people to understand that when they cross over they don't die. Therefore, when one knows this, that is when they must take responsibility for all their deeds and actions. If they choose not to, then that's their loss. That is the best way to get people to understand that they have some thinking to do. That is what the spiritual journey to an Onmyouji is about. It is not about debating common ground or arguing different religions, because religions are made up. There is no religion in the spirit world. There is no need for religion. There is no room for religion. If religion existed in the beyond world, it would be a disaster. It is only here that we provide a path such as Obi-Ichi Enso Shindo for people to follow. See the companion book, Obi-Ichi Enso Shindo, for further details. You can purchase this book, Obi-Ichi, Way of the Shadow Warrior, or the companion book, Obi-Ichi Enso Shindo, for further details. This is why the Etruscans often imitated bird sounds with their music. By using their voice to imitate bird calls, built a bridge between realms. It reminds the soul of its capacity to transcend the earthly limitations and soar in the atmosphere of divinely presence and exaltation. To get people interested in the golden path, one must prove to them that the spirit world is alive, and the only way to do that is to present that spirit world to them so that they can connect with it. In Onmyoudo, our journey is to enlighten ourselves, and the way to enlighten ourselves is to understand and follow natural law, objective morality, or the golden rule, and connect with the spirit world. That is it. We have to be able to be a medium or an oracle. Thus we must be able to give the correct information to anyone who we are talking to so that they can validate it. When they validate the fact that we can see into the spirit world, past, present and future, that we can describe events and give them a name, then they know that we are actually looking at something real that they themselves cannot see, something that the religions cannot see. The religions don't teach these things properly, yet they teach it in a way by speaking about spirits, etc. Yet they don't teach natural law or allow anyone to understand that they are not mediums or oracles. The spirit world does not argue that. They cannot describe or do any of this stuff, and that is where they shoot themselves in the foot, so to speak. Yet, in every religion and every form of life, there are mediums and oracles, and this is not to say that there are not some who belong to the monasteries, for instance priests or monks. Throughout all those religions, there has to be some people who have got gifts and understanding, yet they have joined those religions and are not allowed to talk about the truth. Thus they have lost their way. If you believe in the spirit world, you would not want to be part of those religions. You wouldn't want to even know them. You would not even partake in a conversation with them because you'd know that it would be false. Yes, it is okay to speak to people. However, know that not everyone is at a place where they even want to, or where the metaphorical light bulb has gone off so that they can accept that there is a higher form of us that exists, that is alive. We, as Onmyoji, have to be able to speak with them on their level. We have to be able to be an oracle or medium, and not everyone is going to be such in this lifetime. One must earn that by accepting that the beyond world has no constrictions such as the religions. Pull away from those people who are just interested in being their own metaphorical emperors, so to speak, such as those who have debates for the sake of having debates, only to state their opinions and have no intention of taking on any new information, even when the proof is provided to them. It's all about them. And world religions and the New Age movement is full of such individuals. Therefore, we must concern ourselves only with those people who truly have a yearning to know about the higher existence and about what it takes to get there and how to achieve that, which I have provided in this book. I demonstrate how one can have peace here and eventually get to stay in the beyond world with our other brothers and sisters from the stars, or choose to come back here and do more work. The Etruscans and Japanese, those of us who are oracles and mediums, have all their other gifts. We are psychics, oracles, empaths, healers. As oracles, we can look into past, present, future, everything and anything. We can look into people's heads. Therefore, unless one is an oracle or medium, they cannot perform these gifts, and that is simply the fact of the matter. People may have some of them, yet they are not connected fully because they are prohibited from seeing more into the beyond world, unless they are oracles or mediums. Some people have partial mediumship, where they can sense something about someone or something, or a place, etc. Most popular gurus or so-called influencers who claim these things are manipulative hypocrites and psychotic frauds. Be very, very careful with who and what you believe. Based on the discourse, Conversations with a Medium. On tradition and teachings. Later on, as a solitary Onmyoji, witch of vibratory magic, I had discovered a meaning pertaining to the jewel at the heart of the lotus. The heart, or kokoro, is the center of all things. It is the first creation and the last creation, be it a star, a human or animal. The hara, Japanese term for navel region, is the all-knowing birth-death aspect of the soul, and it is connected with the Saturnian mysteries of purification, self-worth and rebirth. For parallel reasons, the Japanese seppuku disembowelment ceremony method was known to all Onmyoji, samurai and shinobi, because it was believed that this method swiftly freed the soul from spiritual bondage, especially if death was the only option available to them. The nine-petaled lotus, or crown jewel of an Onmyoji, is our infinite connection with Shin, deity. For this power of Kuji-ho, nine-hand emanations, opens to a caster the pathway of the stars. Since Onmyodo is an individual subject that requires great detail, I won't discuss all the particulars here. For more information on this subject, please read my other book, Obi-Ichi Enso, Shindo. In the art of Onmyodo, we learn by In-Yo, yin and yang philosophy, that when the dots within the jewel pieces of the In-Yo are removed, the two forces remain in a fixed state of opposition. The dots are the sun and moon that bring harmony, fire and water, the right eye and left eye, male and female, often depicted in black and white, red and green, and there is also blue and red akin to the star hexagram, etc. Originally it was the three jewels of creation. The three jewels or three treasures are Sanbo. 1. Buddha, Butsu. 2. Dharma, Ho, which, unlike corrupt teachings regarding the nature of the Dharma, is originally natural law. 3. Sangha, soul. They represent the core aspects of refuge and guidance in Buddhism. 1. The sensei or teacher, who is the root of blessings. This is also known as the soke in Shindo. 2. The honzon, who is the root of accomplishment. 3. The daikiniten, who is the root of enlightened activity. The triple in and yo also represents male, female, and hermaphrodite. Understanding the three roots in Obi-Ichi Enso, Shindo. In Obi-Ichi Enso, Shindo, the first of the three roots, the sensei or soke, headmaster or mistress, is King Hiromuzashi of the Oborozuki Ryu Hazy Moon Clan, also known as the Zukikage, Moon Shadow. The second of the three roots, the honzon, is the spirit of the divine emperor, Amaku Shinsho of planet Saturn, who enters the Western Emperor as a guide for his life. The third of the three roots, the Daikiniten, is the moon god Tsukuyomi no Mikoto, or more respectively called Tsukuyomi Omikami. Natural law, also known as karma. Shindo involves tapping into divine inspiration and adhering to natural law which governs the universe. Natural means inherent, having a basis in nature, reality, and truth, not caused by humankind. Law means an existing condition which is binding and immutable, cannot be changed. Natural law encapsulates universal non-man-made, binding, immutable conditions that govern the consequences of behavior. Natural law is a body of universal spiritual laws which act as the governing dynamics of consciousness. Truth is objective, meaning that it is not based on the perception of human beings which are capable of wavering. Truth is simply that which is. It is that which has occurred in the past and that which is occurring in the present. In Shindo, the natural law that we follow is rooted in the earliest principles and teachings. Unfortunately, certain individuals with their own agendas present their skewed versions of natural law to the world. We do not believe in the total abolishment of authority. We recognize that authority, when wielded fairly and justly, serves a purpose in society. We envision a world ruled by an emperor and empress who are divinely ordained, carrying out a grand mission set forth by Kami. However, it is sad how many rulers have fallen short of this lofty ideal. For more information regarding natural law, please see my other videos on this subject. Thank you. I am Frankie Traino, also known as Shigana.